In this demonstration, someone has a theory that the average wait times might be different for two of our offices, Main Street and South Avenue. We want to test that theory. This would be a one-to-one structure. Because we're looking at average wait times, we will use the two-sample t-test. The file is patient data. We set our alternative hypothesis that the average wait time at the Main Street office is not equal to that of the South Avenue office, and the null would be that both offices have equal average wait times. Let's open our file and get started. This particular demonstration will focus on column G, which is wait time in minutes, and also column D, which is office. You'll notice we have 3 offices, but we only want to use 2 of those. Don't worry, the software will handle that for us. To do a two-sample t-test, we simply go to Statistical Tools, Two-Sample T-Test. We'll use the entire table and click Next. This is a stacked column format. The Y variable will be wait time. Office will be our X variable. From the material, we know that our alternative hypothesis should be set to not equal. And we have a checkbox down here that was explained in your material. Should we assume equal variance or not? To know for certain, we would need to run a Bartlett test. You'll learn about that a little later. For right now, just make sure this box is checked and punch OK. The software now stops us and says you have 3 offices, which 2 do you want? From the material, we know that we want the Main Street office, and we'll also choose South Avenue. Then punch OK. This nice analysis comes up. We'll enlarge that. Here's what this is telling you. We had a sample of 31 observations from Main Street and 42 for South Avenue. From this sample, the average wait time at Main Street in the sample was a little over 30 minutes and around a little over 29 minutes for South Avenue. It also shows the standard deviation, but we're more concerned about the means in this analysis. This particular area is showing you the difference between Main Street minus South Avenue. In other words, if you imagine a column of wait times for Main Street, next to that a column of wait times for South Avenue, and a third column which would be Main Street minus South Avenue, this would be the difference of that third column. So there's about a little over a minute difference in wait times between both offices. The p-value at the bottom is high. P is high, the null can fly. We fail to reject the null in this case. What the confidence interval at the bottom is telling us is the true difference. If you were to study all patients from Main Street, all patients from South Avenue over a long period of time, the actual average difference between those 2 offices would be anywhere from minus 1.6 minutes to positive 3.88 minutes. Because that confidence interval contains 0, there may be no difference between Main Street and South Avenue. So in summary, our conclusion is failed to reject the null. We could not detect any statistically significant difference in wait times between the 2 offices. Let's move on and have you do an exercise on your own.